is with mic on. And in sport, Nakamba launches website for his foundation. Zimbabwean detainees who are currently under quarantine are requesting for condoms despite calls for social distancing. Zimbabwe Secretary for Social Welfare Simon Masanga says last week at one of the quarantine facilities in Plumtree, 4 boxes were finished in 24 hours.
These are adults. It's not a military camp. We know the requirements, but people can always sneak out to Siku. Aungamubvunzika kuti uri kuenda kupi. Saka vanobuda ende tiri kuti pamwe akatorwa akaiswa mumabhegi. I don't know.
In the meantime, an isolation center in Plumtree, a town 109 kilometers southwest of Zimbabwe's second capital, Bulawayo, is overwhelmed with returning residents. About 400 detainees are housed at the facility, and authorities have sought alternative space to decongest the center. Head of Social Services for Matabeleland South Province, Chriswell Nyakujga, spoke to ZTN.
In Plumtree, for example, we have bought enough food for all the people that are there. All the deportees are being fed without any challenges. The only problem that we have at Plumtree is that we need to decongest. Because as we speak right now, we have around 400 people in there. So we are taking some of them to a spillover school, which is called Redfern. That's the only challenge. Otherwise, food, head office is buying. We don't have a challenge.
The threat posed by COVID-19 is apparent for most Zimbabweans. The country has recorded 4 deaths related to the virus and a cumulative 28 positive cases. The country is on lockdown as part of efforts to contain the spread of the virus. But for many who are self-employed, the lockdown leaves them with tough choices, either to stay locked down or go out or fend for their families. Quite a number have chosen the latter. Our eagle-eyed Wilson Kakurira went to one of Zimbabwe's oldest suburbs, Highfield, and interacted with some of these people.
Kuti ugare mumba takanga tine chikafu chinokwanisa kuseva for 21 days chakapera. Izvezvi ndine mhuri yevanhu 8. Inini murume wangu achaenda kubasa, munhu akasangana nedambudziko reurwere. Vana kuti ndivape chikafu zvinenge zvakaoma, unotofunga kuti nhasi ndomuka ndotengese. Izvo zvimukona ndikutengesa beans utu, kuzama kuti ndikatengesawo beans ndonotenga hufu. Uye dambudziko riripo panyaya dzehufu kumashops kwatiri kutenga hufu kuri kuitwa unonzi uori.
Magetsi ane 8 months asipo, entertainment hapana mumba mashona. Saka vanhu vari kubuda panze vogara ndomwe magara kana social distancing itaurwa hapana kuionera kana kuziva kuti zvinoita chii hatozisi.
Unoziva mwangu vanhu vanenge vasina mari yemanewspaper, TV hatina nekuti magetsi since November hatina magetsi. Taneta nekuripota kuzivisa kuti magetsi akafa. Saka vanhu vanenge vasingatomboziva kuti zvii zviri kuitika. Newspaper hatikwanisi kutenga. Hapana source of entertainment. Saka vanhu vanenge vachitongotendereka mumba mugarike dzimba idiki kaidzi wangu.
Still with the virus, Zimbabwe has roped in medical personnel in the security service to help expedite the country's COVID-19 tests. Recently, Zimbabwe set an ambitious target of 1,000 tests per day. Since the country recorded its first COVID-19 case, 4,990 people have been tested. Zimbabwe's Health and Childcare Minister Obadiah Moyo spoke to ZTN reporter Mirirai Nsingo.
The task force, has implored that, we get the services or support services from the security forces, the medical corps, of the security forces, from the army, from the police, prisons, and so forth. So we've roped them in so that they can be able to assist, in the sampling process.
A local mobile communication firm, Africom, has resuscitated internet connectivity to over 100 health centers across the country to enhance transmission of data to command centers during the COVID-19 period. In 2016, the company rolled out internet infrastructure to 127 sites countrywide through a UNDP-funded project, but due to monthly foreign currency challenges required for the rentals, the sites became idle. Africom, which is working in partnership with HelloSat, is resuscitating connectivity to 109 of these sites. The company says it is also working on modalities for further supply of voice-over internet protocol handsets to enable ease of voice communication over the internet lines. Up next, a Zoom session goes wrong as Welsh Minister swears with mic on.
During this COVID-19 crisis, join Access Forex in delivering food to the underprivileged in our communities. Let's take action. Join the Feed a Million Challenge. Let every Zimbabwean have food on their table. Access Forex, helping you take care of home. Visit www.feedamillion.co.zw. Access Forex, bringing you closer to home.
Wales Health Minister has apologized after being caught swearing about a Labour colleague in a video conference to the appalled horror of everyone else on the call. The blunder was made after he left his microphone on by mistake in a virtual Welsh Assembly session conducted via Zoom yesterday. The gaffe left colleagues open-mouthed, laughing and covering their faces in shock.
The Minister to make a statement. Not Vaughan Gething, but Ken Skates.
I tell you what, I know Jenny is regularly right at the end. It's like, what the is the matter with I expect Di to be a little bit.
Turn his microphone off.
Jenny as well, I know. Mr. It's a meal saying, can you tell me what you're doing, Jenny, right now?
Can we ask members, particularly the Health and Social Services Minister?
US President Donald Trump says he totally disagrees with Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's plans to reopen tattoo parlors, bars, hair salons, and other non-essential businesses this week. Trump said Kemp's decision violates the Phase 1 guidelines the White House announced last week.
Brian Kemp, that I disagree strongly with his decision to open certain facilities which are in violation of the Phase 1 guidelines for the incredible people of Georgia. They're incredible people. I love those people. They're great. They've been strong, resolute, but at the same time, he must do what he thinks is right. I want him to do what he thinks is right. But I disagree with him on what he's doing.
The World Health Organization has warned that complacency is the greatest danger facing countries in the fight against coronavirus. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus says the virus remains extremely dangerous and many of the world's population are still susceptible to the disease.
Globally, almost 2.5 million cases of COVID-19 have now been reported to WHO and more than 160,000 deaths. We see different trends in different regions and even within regions. Most of the epidemics in Western Europe appear to be stable or declining. Although numbers are low, we see worrying upward trends in Africa, Central and South America, and Eastern Europe. Most countries are still in the early stages of their epidemics, and some that were affected early in the pandemic are now starting to see a resurgence in cases. Make no mistake, we have a long way to go. This virus will be with us for a long time. There is no question that stay-at-home orders and other physical distancing measures have successfully suppressed transmission in many countries. But this virus remains extremely dangerous. Early evidence suggests most of the world's population remains susceptible.
In sport, Nakamba launches website for his foundation. Last week, Zimbabwe celebrated its 40th.
The world is under attack. No place is safe from COVID-19. not even our beloved Zimbabwe. To complement government efforts in the fight against this pandemic, NASA, which falls under the Ministry of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare, has availed 2 facilities for utilization in combating the deadly virus. The Beitbridge Hotel will be used as a transit isolation centre for returning residents from South Africa. Travellers will be required to quarantine for the designated 21 days at the centre in our bid to monitor and contain the virus from spreading further. Ekuseni Treatment Centre joins the various treatment centres set up nationwide for patients undergoing treatment for COVID-19. NASA has taken a step further by providing our pensioners with a once-off bonus equivalent to a month's pay. And we have also taken it upon ourselves to fix the ventilator at the Mutare General Hospital to kickstart treatment and help save lives. The fight against COVID-19 is our fight. Help keep Zimbabwe safe. Help save lives. NASA, ours is a lifelong promise.
Last week, Zimbabwe celebrated its 40th independence anniversary, and one of the biggest sporting highlights over the last 40 years is Zimbabwe's senior men's football team qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2004. Zimbabwe has to date qualified 4 times, and one of the defenders who was at the 2019 tournament in Egypt, Jimmy Dzingai, picks out 3 of his favorite moments since 1980.
My top 3 sporting moments is when our sister Kirsty Coventry was given a gold medal at the Olympics, and also our first qualification to go to the AFCON with our captain Peter Ndlovu, the squad, and also the third one. It was my first time also to me qualifying with the national team, going to the Africa Cup of Nations,
England-based Zimbabwean midfielder Marvelous Nakamba has launched a website for his foundation. Nakamba started the organization in March this year as a way of giving back to the community, and its purpose is to help and support people in need and improve the livelihood of the young generation. Through the foundation, the Zimbabwe midfielder has managed to pay tuition and examination fees for 1,000 students. The foundation's website is marvelousnakamba.org.uk. The foundation's aim, programs and funding system are given in detail. And that's all we had for you on ZTN News Blitz. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, and of course our website ztn.co.zw. Stay tuned to ZTN.